Hey there, and welcome back.
We back.
We back,
We back.
everybody, to the Flagrant Talk Sports Podcast. This is me, Isaiah Gessner, here with the greatest co-host, Moses Firmino.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to today's episode. We're excited for this one.
We're very excited. So, before we get started, we just both want to give a big thank you for all of the love, the support, the text messages, the DMs, the feedback, the comments. It means the world to us. We're so thankful.
Everything. Yeah,
Everything.
we can't say it enough. Seriously, guys. We the overwhelming support that we got the first couple days. We are just so excited to see where this goes, and we know that we got you guys in our corner. So it means a lot. So we're excited to keep putting stuff out for you and keep it going. So thank you tons from the bottom of my heart, and Zay's too. So
yeah, of course. We appreciate all the love. With that, start this video off, baby. As you can tell in the title, we will be seeing the Caesar Sportsbook over-under for every team in the NFC. We're going to go division by division, set the win, say, hey, we think they can win more. We think they're going to win less. Moses and I have not talked about this once.
We don't know what each other picked.
No.
There's going to be some arguments. There's going to be some back and forth. We're hyped. We're hyped for this video. So
very excited. And I mean, literally, beforehand, we were having disagreements on things that I was like, what do you mean? So we're excited.
It's going to get smoky.
It's going to get smoky. Yeah. Okay. Let's start us off. We're starting with the NFC East, the team projected to go to the Super Bowl after making it this last season, the Philadelphia Eagles. Moses.
And they will.
Okay, listen, we're going to have plenty of disagreements tonight. That isn't one of them. I would have the Eagles as my preseason pick. Also, just for anyone who doesn't know how lines work, Caesar Sportsbook is what we're using. They set a line for every team in terms of wins. So 10.5 is the Eagles. If you think they're going to have over that, you say the over, under that, under. Self-explanatory, but to anybody who doesn't know, that's how it works. Moses, get us started. Over, under 10.5 for the Philadelphia Eagles.
I will be hammering the over on this one.
Okay.
Hammering the over easily.
Okay.
There's no, unless there's an injury. Obviously, injuries happen.
Yes.
No chance do they not win 11 games. No shot.
Yep.
So you agree?
I do agree. I agree with your take. I think the Eagles, I'll go even further. I think the Eagles have the best roster in the NFL. Both sides of the football, super complete.
Their additions, man. I don't know how we let them draft those two guys that we let them draft in Nolan Smith and Jalen Carter. But
dude, it's pretty ridiculous given what they had already. They paid Jalen Hurts all that money. There's no reason to not expect this team to not only win the NFC East, but go to another Super Bowl and win. If I'm being honest.
Yeah, I think they do finish it this year and get a Super Bowl, but that can be a different topic for a different day.
Yeah, it's early, it's preseason, but as of now, I feel really, really good about the Eagles. Being the team to go to the Super Bowl out of the NFC.
Yep. I couldn't agree more.
Perfect. With that being said, and us both picking the over, next team, America's team, the Dallas Cowboys. Their line is 9.5, Moses. You picking over? You picking under? What do you got?
Again, I will be hammering the over on this one. I believe the Cowboys have an amazing year. I'm not going to disclose yet the amount of wins because we'll talk about that here soon. But I think they have a really good year this year. I think the Cowboys turn it up. I think with their additions, They got some pieces. They obviously lost a couple things as well, but that happens in the sport. So I think they're going to bounce back and have a great year, Zay. What about you, man?
I'm honestly kind of surprised at 9.5.
Yeah.
I have them winning 10. They have one of the hardest. You heard me, 10. They have one of the hardest schedules in the NFL.
Okay.
I think it's a good team. It's a playoff team. If the Cowboys played in the NFC South, they'd be my pick to win that division.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems like the same thing we talk about every single year with the Dallas Cowboys of, oh, this is the year. This is the year. It's not. It's not. And
I
I'm
don't
sick
think
and
it's their
tired.
year, but
No.
I think they have a great regular season and then pull the classic.
How great.
Quite great. We'll talk about that soon, Zay. Quite great.
How many wins?
13.
What? 13?
13.
And you so you have the Eagles. You have the
also
Eagles
winning 13.
13.
Sorry. I have them winning 14. My fault.
Okay. So would you say the Cowboys are the second best team in the NFC? Is that what you're leaning? Okay.
They're the third.
13. So okay, I'm not set again. The Cowboys are a good team.
Mm-hmm.
13 is just I'm not. I can't believe
America's
that heavily.
Day. We ride. We're riding.
Okay. Again, they're they're a good team. They're a good team, but I don't see them as Super Bowl contenders. I don't see them as any. So you see the Cowboys as a Super Bowl contender?
Yeah, they could, but they're not beating the Eagles, or I don't think the Niners, to be honest with you. But they could.
Okay.
Injuries, whatever.
Okay. So
I think they're a very close third in the NFC. That's my thoughts on them.
Okay. Well, yeah. I'll throw a little tidbit in. I think Tony Pollard's due for a monster year.
Yeah.
I think him having all of the backfield to himself, let him cook.
Yeah, he's gonna go crazy.
Yeah, I everything, check downs, just let him work. Make Dak's job easier. So I like the Cowboys, but we seem to be in two different camps here of how competitive they can really be. Any other points you want to throw in before we segue?
No, that's all I got for now. We might have something else in a little bit, but
I'm sure we will.
Yeah,
I'm sure we will. The next team we'll be talking about. Shout out the boy Jacoby.
G-Man.
Danny Dimes.
Yup. Zay, you start us off. What you got here for the Giants?
Okay. Their line is set at 8.5.
Mm-hmm.
Made the playoffs last year.
Yep. They're doing it again.
I do.
They're doing it again.
I do. I have them as a wild card team.
Same.
I have them as a wild card team. With the big caveat that Saquon plays and is healthy.
He's gonna be fine. He's gonna be a stud.
If he's healthy,
yep.
If he's healthy, there's no. This team improved on both sides of the football.
Yep.
There's no reason if they could make it last year with a worse roster, there's zero reason that they shouldn't be a playoff team this year.
I'm blanking on their draft pickup. Who was their first round? Do you know?
They brought in who did they pick? Because they picked Jalen Hyatt as a receiver.
Yep, and I like that. I like that pickup.
I do too. I think he'll be a solid wideout. I'm blanking on who they.
I don't know who they picked in the first round.
Yeah, but they traded for Darren Waller this offseason too. So
I like that.
I really love that. Yeah. Given the way the Giants like to use tight ends too, the way they used Evan Ingram, I mean, he was ass. He couldn't snag a ball if it was thrown directly to him 2 yards away. But now all of a sudden
he's good.
He's in Jacksonville and he looks like a top. I don't know.
And little AFC sneak peek. I haven't finished my records over there. I think the Jaguars are going to be good, man. I think they're going to be really good.
I would agree.
Not like Super Bowl good, but
Oh, this is where we disagree. We'll talk about. Oh yeah. Oh
Say,
yeah.
you freaking kidding me, dude? That's no shot.
I
No
bet
shot.
on it. Bet on it, Calvin Ridley style. Bet on it, Calvin Ridley style. That's how good I think the Jaguars.
I
I
rock
do,
with Calvin,
of
but like,
course, of course.
okay,
But
all right,
that's another time. That's another.
yeah.
That's the next video. But I will say I like the Giants. Would you say they're Super Bowl contenders?
No, they'll
I
make the playoffs. They can win the wild card game,
yeah
and then I don't really see them doing much other than that, to be honest. But I do have them winning more than 8.5 games.
yeah
I have them winning. I have them winning 11.
yeah. I was
I have them winning 11. I have them. They're my 6th seed.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think they were either 6 or 7 for me, but they were a
Mhm.
wild card team. So
Yeah.
I do have 3 NFC East teams
Same.
making the playoffs.
Same.
I think 3 very solid teams. Only one of them is a Super Bowl contender. One of them. But yeah, I think 3 playoff teams is fair. Okay,
Yeah. All right.
cool.
Well,
Last
what do we got? What do we got next? Yeah, the
we
Commanders.
we got we got the good old Commanders at
Okay.
6.5 projected wins.
Mhm.
What do you got? Over under?
Big
How?
couple games under.
Wow. Wow.
4
Okay.
4-13 under.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And there's not much I have to say. I do not like okay, I shouldn't say I don't like.
Mhm.
You're not you, but Ron Rivera and that team is putting a lot of stock into Sam Howell,
Mhm.
who is their starting quarterback. I'll be honest, I think if Jacoby Brissett was starting, who's
Yeah.
their backup now, I'd feel better.
Yeah.
I think this is like a 7-8 win team with him, but with Howell, I just don't know.
Yeah.
They have the defense to compete every single week.
Mhm.
Some solid weapons on offense.
Mhm.
That's
They're gonna
about it.
suck. They're gonna fucking suck. Sorry to any Commanders fans.
I mean, yeah, to all 3 of them.
It's it's not.
You don't need to say sorry. Dude, if a Commanders fan sees this, I'm sorry, but there's like 2.
We don't. I don't know why we're hating on y'all because you guys have done nothing wrong, but you guys are gonna suck, and I'm
Your
sorry.
management's terrible and your
I'm
owner's a scumbag, but, you know. Yeah, so to all the 3 Commanders fans that may stumble upon this, we're sorry. I'm not even sorry. Y'all are gonna be okay. I have the under. I have them going 6-11, so it's not a lot.
Okay.
I know it's like a
Okay.
so that's what I'm saying. I'm not even like hating anything crazy. I just they're the one team in the NFC East I don't think makes the playoffs.
Are we gonna have time to jump back and go through full
Yeah,
schedules, or
yeah,
are we gonna? Okay, I was just
yeah,
making sure because I wanted to see what 2 games you had won that I
yeah,
didn't. So
yeah.
okay,
Okay, perfect. That is the NFC East in
nice.
order. I have Eagles, Cowboys, Giants, Commanders. So the same as Caesar Sportsbook.
Yep.
Same for you.
Yep.
Great. With that done, we move on to the good old NFC West with the San Francisco 49ers, who I believe are projected the most wins of any team in the NFC, according to Caesar
Wow.
Sportsbook at 11.5.
Wow.
Yeah, put some real respect on them.
Mm-hmm.
Moses, you going over or under 11.5?
13-4. They are going
Wow.
over. Yep.
Wow.
I think that the 49ers have a really great year. I don't know what they're going to do at quarterback, but either way they go, I think there's going to be success.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I like what they got over there.
Yeah.
And I honestly see them or the Eagles coming out of the NFC again. The Cowboys could. They're my third, but
They can't.
they could. But 49ers gonna have a great year. What about you, dude?
I agree. I have them going 11-6, so it's
Mhm.
like a slight under. But I really, so this is with the idea that Brock Purdy starts. I
Yeah.
don't think it really matters. I mean, you could start, the Niners have proven that you can start like almost any NFL quarterback and be competitive.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I agree with you. I think it's either Eagles or Niners in the NFC, and
Mhm.
those are really, I think there's some other teams that, could make a case, like a
Yeah.
team we're about to talk about, but I think the Niners are legit. Both sides of the football. I'm really excited to see McCaffrey now having a full season there. Um, yeah, not much else to say. They're a great team. It's them and the Eagles for me.
Mhm.
So
Mhm. For sure.
yeah, yeah.
And the Cowboys.
Nope. No, no, they're not. But yep, I think the Niners will be great if healthy. If healthy, and that team is
Mhm.
oftentimes not healthy.
Not healthy. Yeah.
So that's
So that's why the Cowboys
are going to settle for mediocrity like they do every single year. Maybe Dak can cool it with the turnovers.
he's gonna be a great dynasty quarterback. That's all I know.
He's that's true.
That's
He
all I
does
know.
sling it. I love
Yeah.
Dak. I like Dak. Not love. I like Dak though.
Whoa. Yeah.
I love him.
No, he's cool. No, he's
I
cool.
love him.
I rock with Dak
I rock
for
with
real.
him.
All right.
But yeah, yeah. Okay.
All right.
On
What
to
do
the
we got?
next team. Pacific Northwest's very own,
Okay.
the Seattle Seahawks at
Yep.
9 wins after making the playoffs and surprising people last year. What do you got, Mo?
Under.
You're gonna have to explain this.
I have them going 7-10. I don't think they are gonna have a good of a year. It's the Seattle Seahawks. They're a good football team, but I think they're sorry. So
Um,
yeah, they're not doing much. They're not doing much. They're going 7-10.
Okay, so
What do you got?
10-7. I've got them clearing the over, and I think 11-6. They're closer to 11-6 than anything. I don't see how this team could make the playoffs last year improve. They now have Bobby Wagner. They added another great. They have the Legion of Boom 2.0. You added Jackson Smith and Jigba to that receiving core. Zach Charbonnet is a backup running back. This is a team that is, I wouldn't say in Super Bowl contender tier, but they're absolutely in the playoff picture for me. And
Yeah, I know they're mid as shit.
no, I don't understand, because you got Geno Smith coming into this season.
He had a great year, but I don't think he's doing all that again.
He doesn't even have to. You got two great backs. You got some receivers.
Okay, backs.
Two great backs, and then
All right, backs.
then you have a red zone threat in DK Metcalf with his big body, and all you got to do with Lockett and JSN is put the ball in their hand, do 2-yard slant routes, and just boop.
Well, Lockett's like 38, and
That's
he's
it.
a
And bald.
hip injury away from being retired. So I'm not too worried about
That's why they
Lockett.
drafted JSN, baby.
And JSN will be good. I'll admit he's going to be he could be rookie of the year, but the Seahawks are going to freaking suck. So
I think he will be, in a couple years from now, looked at as the best receiver in this class. I think he's going to be incredible.
I think he's really good.
I think the Seahawks are legit. I think they're a playoff team with relative ease, and I wouldn't be surprised if they went as far as the NFC Championship. Depending on the Niners' health, things like that, I think they're a great team.
All right.
Okay.
Some can dream.
Some can dream. I mean, listen, I'm a Packers fan. To be honest, I don't really give a shit if they do well or not. But like, I look at this roster and they look really good.
All right.
I respect them. I respect the Seahawks. And I can't believe I'm saying that. As for the rest of this division, let's talk about the Rams, I guess. I really only see the Niners and Seahawks as like truly competitive in this division. Do you have any takes on the Rams?
No, I think they go over though. I think they win 7 games.
I'm taking this off.
I think they go 7-10. Zay.
You think that the Seahawks and Rams will have the same record this year?
Yeah.
The Rams are closer to being the worst team in football and drafting Caleb Williams next year than they are to being in the Seahawks tier. There's no way.
They're winning 7 games.
Without Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah.
No Bobby Wagner there.
Okay.
Is this the Stetson Bennett hype, him being a backup as a grown-ass man?
I deadass think if Matthew Stafford got hurt and Stetson Bennett had to play, they're going to win 7 games. I'm not even kidding. Zay, Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, no, he's not coming off a big injury. He'll be fine.
He's going to be great. He's going to be right back to MVP type. He's going to be good. So I think the Rams go 7-10 and go over.
I don't know what you decided to partake in before this recording.
They're going 7-10.
Yeah, I got them at a cool 5-12.
Say that's only 2 more wins, dude.
I originally had them at 3-14.
Well, you don't anymore, so I'm excited to see which games we have different because that's a 2-game difference, and those 2 games are going to be freaking right.
Moses, the Rams are – listen, this isn't even a knock on the one Rams fan out there on the entire planet, but like – but it's like –
teams have under –
I know, dude. It's my only point. It's terrible. To any Rams fan, like I do respect y'all. Like I'm, and they won a Super Bowl.
He loves to hate.
I'm hating. Like I don't mean it. I don't mean it.
Yeah, there's no meaning. But
no, I think the Rams, they won their Super Bowl, and so to me, yeah, Stafford's old and beat up. Ramsey's gone. Aaron Donald. To be honest, I don't know why he's still playing unless he's going to play multiple other years, because like if he is contemplating retirement, bro, do it. This roster is nothing.
They still got him, so they might win 7 games.
Yeah, Aaron Donald will listen, he's arguably like the greatest defensive player ever, and like I don't see, he can't do it alone if every team's airing it out.
He'll be good. I couldn't name one player in their secondary, but they'll be all right.
Yeah, they'll be all right. They'll be a good old 7-10.
I'm excited to talk the Rams here once we finish this up.
Yeah, that's all you, man. I guess next we go to a team that is even worse.
Yeah, no. Now these guys are bad. Oh wow. These guys are pretty bad, but
the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah.
5 wins. Over under.
Is there a middle option? Because I have them at 5 wins. I have them at 5-12.
I got them at 2-15.
Zay, when Kyler
worst team in football this year.
They're gonna be one of the worst.
The worst.
Not the worst, because they're gonna. You said we talked about it a little bit off camera. You said they're gonna suck because they're gonna suck so bad that Kyler Murray doesn't even play. You think? I think they're gonna suck. I think he's gonna come back and they're gonna win a couple games at the end of the year and go 5-12.
I think the cutting of DeAndre Hopkins shows exactly where this team is at mentally.
No, for sure. Like that. That is very stupid. What was his contract? Did he only have 1 more year? Or
I mean, I don't know how many years, but it's like you didn't get a single piece.
Yeah.
Like, obviously they tried. I'm not saying that, they're incompetent and we're like, oh, we'll cut them. But it is like, okay, you have Buda Baker as a safety. He's gonna want to leave too. Why would he stick around?
I know he's so good just
He's
to be on a team that sucks.
it's like he deserves to be on a competitive team. So I think D-Hop is the first piece. Now with the Kyler thing, we don't know when he'll be back. Maybe he comes back on target like weeks 4 or 5. I don't know.
Yeah.
If he comes back week like 7, 8 though, and they're 1-7, what is the logic in bringing him back to play?
Well, I don't like because who the top picks in the draft next year? It's going to be Caleb
Williams, Drake May is a quarterback out of North Carolina. There's some really good players.
They're not going to want a top pick then.
But you could trade that first pick for a Kings and I don't even know how many first round picks you could get.
But is there tanking in the NFL? Is that do they care?
Yeah, no. I mean, the Texans blew it this last year because they had the first pick and then decided to win in week 17 off a game-winning drive in OT, and all of a sudden they have pick number 2 and end up with Stroud, who I think will be a good player.
I agree.
I'm not saying the Cardinals will go 0-17, and there is maybe Kyler comes back week 4 and they're like 2-1, and all of a sudden they're cool, but I don't see any reason, if he does come back like mid-season, to rush him back. Your number one wideout's Hollywood Brown. You lost D-Hop. You're probably going to lose Buda Baker. There's nothing about the Cardinals team that excites me. I have them as the worst team in football.
All right.
So there's my hot, steamy take. Anything else you'd like to add before we move on?
That's all I got for that.
Okay. I had to compose myself again after your Rams take, them having the same record as the Seahawks this year.
I'm excited to talk about that. Very excited to talk about that.
Be a little frantic there. Okay. Now on to the next division, the NFC North. Okay. The Detroit Lions at 9.5, the favorites by Caesar Sportsbook to win the division. Do you have over or under 9.5 wins?
I got him in the over.
Nice.
Got him going 11-5. I like what the Lions got going. I like that documentary that they dropped last year, that hype train. I joined it. It was just super cool to see them, what they're building. I think they're gonna have a great year. I love Dan Campbell.
Yeah.
I love what he is about as a coach, and he really cares about his team in the game. So I think they're gonna have a good year this year and win the division as Vegas has them doing. Zay, what do you
got? I agree. I totally agree. I have the Lions at 10-7, but it wouldn't surprise me if they won 11, 12 games. I think this is a really good team. They're going for their first NFC North title in 30 years, I believe. So pretty good. I'm sure for Lions fans, it is kind of crazy to be the preseason favorite to win the division. I don't know the last time that's happened off the top of my head, but
yeah,
I think this is a good team. Their draft was a little shaky. I think Jahmyr Gibbs will be a great running back. I think the players they picked will be solid, but you kind of picked them in a weird order. But they're young. I like their defense. They've got some really fun weapons on offense. And I think Jared Goff is a middle of the pack quarterback who has been able to make it to a Super Bowl before. So I have the over for the Lions. I think they're a really solid team.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. My pick to win the North. Next pick, the Minnesota Vikings at 8.5 after winning 13 games last year. Mickey, 13.
Say, what do you got? I'm interested in what you got here.
I've got them at 9 and missing the playoffs.
I have them at 9 and making the playoffs.
I think this team has fundamentally gotten worse on both sides of the football. Losing Zadarius Smith as a linebacker, I didn't think they were that legit last year with 13 wins. They were a good team, but they did get exposed against the Giants. And all of their, or not all of them, but a lot of their games were super close wins. And I don't know. I don't see them replicating it this year. I think this is probably Kirk Cousins' last year as the quarterback, and I've got him missing the playoffs as like a semi-hot take here. What do you have? Over under 8.5?
Yeah, dude. I got him at 9 and 8.
Okay.
I have him making the playoffs though, instead of missing them.
Okay.
And I agreed. I think they did get worse defensively.
Yep.
They did probably get worse offensively.
Yep.
But I love Jordan Addison as their first round pickup. That's fire. That is a solid. He's going to be a great receiver. I think it's either him or JSN, I think, is going to be the best receiver in this class.
Yeah.
So I really like that. I think that'll add to the offense of Jay Jettas. They lost Thielen, but and
about to lose. I was about to say
Dalvin Cook has apparently might lose his job here soon.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll see what's gonna happen. But I think they win 9 games and they're my 7 seed. So
I've got them as the 8. So it's not like a big difference. They're just the team that I think barely misses it in the NFC. It came down to them and the Giants, and I think the Giants I feel a tiny bit better. Maybe it is that they beat them in the playoffs, but I feel slightly better about the Giants this year than the Vikings.
Yep.
Great. Now, moving on. You see it. You see it.
I see it.
The Green Bay Packers. No more A-Rod. The green.
Different reason though.
Okay.
But,
okay.
Still green nonetheless. Still green. Yep.
As some of you may know, I am a Packers fan. What have you got, Mo? Let me ask you first. 7.5 wins. Over under.
I have the under. I have you guys going 6-11.
Okay. I've got 7 and 10. Okay. So it's not that far off. I think, speaking as more of a Packers fan, it is more important to see this season if Jordan Love is your franchise quarterback than it is necessarily to win games.
Yeah.
Obviously you want to win. There's still some good pieces on this team. It's not like Aaron Rodgers leaving and now the team is gutted.
Yeah.
They're okay. But they're not a playoff team. They're not anything like that I would have. It's way more important to see, like I said, Jordan Love, if he can get it done this season. I've got him going 7 and 10 and having a decent year. And, I think if you're a Packers fan, you feel all right about that in your first year without Aaron. Should kind of be the expectation. So yeah. That's my take on them.
All right.
Best team of all time. Here we go. Next.
Crazy. That is a crazy allegation. That is a crazy acquisition.
Anyways, nope, let's just move on. Next, we'll talk about the team the Packers smack in the face every year. Here's the Chicago Bears.
Wow.
Go ahead, Mo. 7.5.
Shout out Lane. Just Lane, I didn't hate. I wasn't hating. But your team is going to be the worst team in football.
Oh!
You guys are going 3-13, dude. I'm sorry. You guys are going 3-13.
Nah, see, you don't. No. You don't get to say, "Oh, I didn't say anything disrespectful." the worst team, and I didn't even. I gotta let me.
They're going 3-13.
3-14. 3-14.
Is it supposed to be 14?
Yeah. I mean, either way, you have them at 3 or 4 wins. So.
Oh yeah, sorry. 4-13.
So yeah, I've got the Bears at 7-10.
4-13.
I don't think they're near the worst teams in football. I think there's a pretty sizable gap. We've already talked about the Cardinals. There's no way the Bears are worse than them. I think the Bears are good. I think they're moving in the right direction. You gave Fields a wide receiver 1 with DJ Moore, who could be solid. You've oh, dude, who would have thought I'd be out here defending the Bears? Mo, this is ridiculous, man. Do you have an agenda? Is there something
No, they're
I
just
need to know? Or
4-13. I looked at the schedule. I have the Packers beating them week 1. Little preview.
Okay.
But no, unless I'm missing something here, I think they're going 4-13.
I've got 7-10. I think they're a good team. I think their range of outcomes realistically is like 6 to 9 wins, somewhere in that ballpark. I like the Bears. I like Justin Fields. I think he's a very solid quarterback. I'm excited to see him use his arm more. This year, because we know what a threat he is with his legs. So I like the Bears. Definitely disagree with you on the take about them being that bad. I think they're a solid team.
Sorry, one of the worst.
Okay.
I shouldn't say the one of.
I think there's at least like, let's see off record. I have 3 different teams, 2 or 3 in the NFC alone who are worse.
Yeah.
So probably more. So yeah, I think the Bears will be okay. If they snuck in the playoffs, it wouldn't surprise me. That's kind of how I feel. Not a Super Bowl contender though.
Yeah.
Kind of surprised they're at the same number of wins as the Packers though. But
yeah, no, I agree. That is kind of odd.
Yeah. Going in 2 totally different directions, but
yeah.
All right. Now we move on to a division. I don't even know where to really start. Like, any of these teams in theory could win it. We're talking about the NFC South. Starting this off with the New Orleans Saints at 9.5.
What you got, dude?
Slight under. I have them going 9-8.
Okay.
9-8. They're a good team. They honestly have the best quarterback in the division with Derek Carr, which is pretty crazy. I think the team's solid, kind of impending a suspension for Alvin Kamara. So we'll see with that, but I don't think it really matters.
I don't think he did anything wrong, but
he didn't do anything wrong. Definitely don't look up Alvin Kamara suspension.
And I'm not saying that just because he's my dynasty running back, but
and a key factor on your team.
Key factor of my team. But anyway,
what do you got?
I got him at 7-10.
Okay.
They're not my division winner. I'll say it now.
They're not mine either.
Okay. They're not my division winner. So yeah, I got him at 7-10. I don't know. I like the Derek Carr move. He's the best quarterback in this division. I agree with you there. But I think they've lost a couple pieces on defense that I didn't like. I can't remember who right now.
But they're just getting really old.
And they're getting old, yeah. And I feel like they didn't really make any moves.
No.
Like Chris Olave is obviously a bright spot, you know. But I think they're gonna go 7-10 that's on offense, but I think they're gonna go 7-10.
Yeah. I've got them at 9-8, tied for first in the division. I think I'll say this: any team besides the Buccaneers could win this division, and it wouldn't surprise me. So, I feel like 9-8 is respectable.
Yeah.
They're a good team, but I don't think they're a Super Bowl contender, anything like that, even if Derek Carr really does perform very well for them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've got that. Moving on, let's talk about ATL. ATL
ATL.
Draco. Atlanta Falcons at 8 wins. Over under. What do you got?
These guys are my NFC South winner.
Me too.
Wow, I thought I had you, dude, in the
Nope.
beginning. I thought we were
too.
gonna have a different winner. Okay.
No.
But I guess great minds think alike. Yeah, man. I have them at
Yep.
9-8. I have
Me
them
too.
winning the division.
Mhm.
They bolstered their defense. They
Yep.
signed I'm pretty sure it was around like $80 million they spent
Yeah.
in signees on
Yeah.
defense.
Yeah.
So I like what they did there. Offensively, they got better. I'm blanking on who they drafted again.
Bijan Robinson at
Yes.
8. Yeah.
Unreal. He is
Crazy.
going to eat it up. So
Yeah.
I really like what the Falcons did there in the draft, and
Yeah.
I like the team, man. I think
Yeah.
they're gonna do good things. So what
I,
about you?
e-
Sound like you're on the same wave.
everything you said at the start, I have 9-8. I have them winning the NFC South.
Yep.
I think the best comparison for this team, ironically enough, is the Tennessee Titans. I
Yeah.
see, Bijan being used the way Arthur Smith used Derrick Henry, where
Mhm.
you pound the run game with him. You
Yeah.
let him cook. Bijan is an athletic freak. He's also really sound in the receiving game, so you can have a lot of checkdowns to him. And then you have Drake London and
Yep.
Kyle Pitts there
Yep.
as big athletic weapons who can go up and get the ball. A lot of this falls on Desmond Ritter.
Yeah. No, it's gonna be interesting him being there.
Yeah.
But I was surprised they released Marcus, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I get it. I get moving on, trying something new. You guys spent what was it, a second round pick, or was he Desmond Ritter? Was he a second or third?
What was it? I want to say third, but either way,
third, but
it,
pretty early. Like you
yeah,
gotta
yeah,
spend some time on him.
yeah,
Get him in the rotation, see what's going
yeah,
on.
and
So I
and
like it personally.
yes, I
Yeah.
agree, and I think they also have a really nice fail safe of if he doesn't perform very well, you have Bijan. If
Yeah.
Bijan has to run it 20 times a game, he
I don't
can.
think he'll be complaining. Yeah.
No,
Like
he won't.
his body might in
Yes,
5 years when he's trying to 10, 15
when
years down the
he
road, he's trying to play
yes.
with his grandkids and he can't walk and stuff. But
No,
anyway,
no. So or when
he's
he's going for another contract and they're
yeah.
like, "Nah, too many
Yeah.
miles on that."
Yeah. But
So,
I think he's gonna be really good.
I do
So
too.
yeah.
And again, it's a reach. It's one of those like big no-nos in terms of drafting that people
Yeah.
talk about all the time. But when you remove the draft capital and where he was picked and you just look at the player,
Yeah.
there's a real path for him not just becoming a Pro Bowler, but like the best running back in football is
Yeah.
the kind of path that Bijan has. So
Yeah.
if he can play at that level, and if Ritter can just be good enough,
Mhm.
just good enough, I think the Falcons can go 9-8 and maybe
Yeah.
even like 10-7 kind of range. So
Okay. All
yeah,
right. Bet
I
that,
think
dude.
they're a good team.
I like it. No, I like it too.
Yeah, I'm glad we have that same pick there.
Yeah. No, I thought I had you at the
No.
beginning. But
Yeah. Next pick, the Carolina Panthers, who just selected Bryce Young to be their franchise quarterback,
mhm.
first overall,
Just to sit behind Andy Dalton,
just to
the GOAT.
the wait, is his nickname the Red Rock? No, it's whoa, that's not what I'm the red rifle, red rifle, right?
There you go.
Okay, whoa.
There you go.
No, I am
How does that work?
sorry. I am sorry. And if for some crazy reason you hear this, I deeply apologize. Anyways, back to football, Mo.
Yeah, man.
7.5 is their over under on the
Okay.
wins.
Okay.
What do you got?
I got him going 8-9.
Me too.
Wow, dude, what?
I all of a sudden now we're just like
We're buddy
completely
buddy,
agree.
bro. I wanted to
Yeah,
smoke. I wanted
yeah,
to smoke.
yeah. No,
Sorry,
no.
sorry.
Yeah,
But no, I gotta go at 8 and 9. I think that Bryce will eventually become their starting quarterback at some point in the year. I hope.
you hope to God.
Right.
I
And
think he starts week 1.
but I thought they named Andy.
They have, but it's like that's not gonna happen, right?
Right, dude, that like there's that.
Like,
But anyway.
right? I like
Anyway.
Andy too.
No, Andy's solid, but dude, you don't draft a first overall draft pick in the NFL and not play him week 1.
No,
You behind Andy Dalton.
in a wide open division
Yes.
where the Panthers can win this like division.
But
And
maybe that's what they're thinking is like, oh, we need experience. Like, but
yeah,
dude, I don't like that. Send Bryce out because I
yeah,
think he's gonna be good. Oh, he's too small.
no,
I think he's gonna be just fine, and I think
he's
he's
fine.
gonna perform
Yes,
well.
yes.
So
I'm so glad you brought that up. I am
yeah,
so tired of the he's too small.
like
Oh, he's smaller than Kyler. He's like, yeah, that's a factor. Size is a factor,
yeah,
pause.
for
But
sure.
it's not like the end all be all like, oh nope, he like the the
He's not a
concern you have is,
6-foot quarterback. Yep, he's gonna suck.
oh, then he's ass. He's terrible.
Like it
Like,
might,
no,
yeah, he might not be able to see over his 6'6" lineman
yeah,
to
you might have to
make
draw
different
back a
ball,
little bit more.
but he knows that and he's good enough and he's had
He's
to do that his whole life already, so he knows
yes,
how to play. Like
yeah,
he is one of the smartest decision makers
yes.
that
And
I've seen in a couple of years, I think.
yes.
So,
I totally agree.
yeah,
It's also like a really like casual fan thing to say, like someone who hasn't seen any of his
it's just
plays.
the bandwagon. Yeah.
Yes,
Oh, he's
sees
too small.
ESPN.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he's small. Look at how tiny he is. Look at how small he is. It's like, yeah, but he can ball.
Yeah.
He can. He was picked first overall
For
for
a
a
reason.
reason.
Yeah.
It,
It's
like
not like he's a 6th round quarterback.
no, no.
That's one that went to a random school. He went to the best
Bama.
football school in the
Yeah,
world
yeah.
in
They've put out
Alabama.
elite quarterbacks like Mac Jones.
100%. And I cannot wait to talk about what the Patriots are gonna do. Yeah, we're gonna turn.
They
But anyway,
literally had the greatest NFL
quarterback.
quarterback playing today, especially in the NFC. That Patrick Mahomes guy stinks. But Mac Jones, real hoops.
100%.
Real hoops.
Played the
So
right way. Smart, crafty,
Bill
solid player.
Belichick's type. That's what
Solid
Mac
player.
is.
For sure.
So
But
yeah, that's my Bryce Young rant
'kay.
thrown into the Panthers rant. I
love
think
it.
they're an 8-9 team that honestly could win the division.
Yeah, they
8-9
could.
might get it done
Yeah.
in this.
Yeah.
Like, a team could legit go 8-9. They did it. Weren't the Bucks that last year?
I think so.
8-9, 9-8, somewhere in that. I don't know off the top of
think
my head,
so.
but I think they were 8-9, and that was with Tom Brady
Yeah.
and that, which is a perfect segue, unless you have anything else to say.
Nope. That's all I had. That's all I had.
Perfect. The last team we will cover in the NFC, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. No Tom Brady.
No Tom.
No Tom Brady. You got
But
over,
a
under.
different goat at quarterback.
Two goats, because it's Baker and sitting behind him,
Or
the
is
one
that
and only
Florida
Kyle
man?
Trask.
That Florida man.
Real hoops is what
So
we
it-
got going on in Tampa.
So with that being said, and with
that being
Caesar having
said-
them at 6.5, I have
Yep.
them going under.
With ease.
I have them going. I might. It's too late. We're already too deep. Like looking back on my NFC, there's definitely a couple things I could have changed, but I'm riding with it. I'm sticking with my gut feeling. 5-12. They're going 5-12.
I got them going 4-13. And they could be worse.
They could 100% be worse, but Baker Mayfield, when he's hot, and when he's not, he's not. So I could see them winning a couple games with Baker time, couple extra point walk-offs. I mean, field goal walk-offs. 5-12.
I've got them at 4-13. I think they'll be in the conversation for the top pick this year, and landing Caleb Williams, I think, would be great. I think it's one of the best spots.
Perfect for them because their defense is still pretty all right.
It's okay. You've got Mike Evans.
Line solid. Mike Evans,
Chris Godwin, Rashad White in the backfield, and no more Leonard Fournette. So that is literally a net positive. That helps them.
100%.
That, like, don't get me started on Lenny.
And playoff Leonard. I like Leonard forever, but I couldn't defend him anymore, man.
No, nothing.
I couldn't defend him anymore.
Zero to do with him as a person.
Yeah.
Unlike some other running backs or some other quarterbacks that we'll talk about in another video. Damn, I need a massage. But yeah, I mean, I think the Buccaneers will be one of the worst teams in the NFL, but I don't think they're terrible. They don't give off like Cardinals level of stink, you know. It's like maybe Baker sucks, and all of a sudden, damn, top pick, and it wouldn't be bad for him. I think it would be great. So yeah. I've got the under for the Buccaneers.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah. With that said, any other points you would like to add when discussing these NFC teams?
I wanted to, I needed, what 2 games do you have? What team was it? The Cardinals. What games do you have them? Because you said, what was it? You have them 3-15?
2-15.
2-15.
So I have, okay. I did it less on like overall win, like, oh, I think they're better than this team or worse than this team. So to be honest, I had them beating the Eagles. I don't think it's because they can beat the Eagles. It's more so I feel like 1-16 is a little low. And the Eagles, I had it like 13-4. I felt like 12-5 was a little more realistic.
And that's that week 17 matchup. So they might even be resting people.
And so it's more of that. The way I did records fully transparent was like, this is more of like how I think they get to the record. Obviously, you know, the Super Bowl contenders are going to drop one to a bad team. The Eagles could lose to the Cardinals late in the season, and okay, that's weird. Just like, you know,
and that's more of how I built mine. I did like there's going to be some upsets. So I have a couple upsets.
But this is more of like overall thoughts. Like, you know, I think, you know, these are my picks to win the divisions. You know, here's the teams that are in contention. Here are the teams that aren't. So my division winners officially as of May 28th in the NFC East, I have the Philadelphia Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
In the NFC West, I have the San Francisco 49ers. In the NFC North, I have the Detroit Lions. And in the NFC South, I have the Atlanta Falcons.
I cannot believe we have the same 4.
Wow. That is crazy. Especially given, like, you know, how random the South is for us.
Yeah.
We had the same record for the Saints, Falcons, Panthers, and both picked the under on the Bucks.
Yeah.
So.
No, that's crazy. But
yeah.
What were your you had the Eagles and who else for the Cardinals?
Their other win that I had was the Rams.
Okay, so I have them beating the Ravens at home after going 0-7. I have them starting the year off 1-7.
Yeah.
And I have them winning back-to-back weeks. They beat the Browns that following week.
Yeah.
They're going to beat the Texans, I think, on the road. Okay. I think they pull off a Steelers win on the road.
Okay.
And then I have them beating the Seahawks last game of the season.
The fact that there's been a lot of crazy things, and this is how all of you know that we genuinely did not talk prior.
Yeah.
I did not think I'd be out here defending the Seahawks on this. Like,
Okay, let's talk about that real quick, and then unless there's something else big that we're
no, because
an hour, dude. Dang, we're cooking.
Yeah, you get a long one this time.
Yep.
Anyway, Seahawks.
So on to the Seahawks, man. Let's what do you had them going what? 10-7. 10-7. I got 7-10. Okay. I want to go let's go week by week on this.
Okay. Let's do it.
And then I feel like we can call this up unless there was something else in here. I don't think so.
Yeah, I just
something you had for me.
The one thing I wanted to see is if you could tell me your 7 playoff teams.
Yep. So we can do that first real quick before we jump into the Seahawks. 1 through 7, I got Eagles 1.
Me too.
Niners 2.
Me too.
Lions 3.
Yep.
Falcons 4.
Identical.
Cowboys 5.
Same.
Giants 6.
I have Seahawks.
Vikings 7.
I have Giants.
Okay, so your swap is Seahawks. I got
Seahawks.
Vikings.
Yeah, I think the Seahawks are definitely better than the Vikings, in my opinion.
I probably agree, but Seahawks. So
you've dug yourself way too deep in this video to go back.
They're mid.
You've dug yourself so deep.
Seahawks
I can't wait. I can't wait to see what people say, man.
Seahawks are mid.
They're not. They're literally better than they were last year.
Okay, let's go 1 through 18. What do we week 1? What do you got?
Win over the Rams.
Win. Okay.
Lost to the Lions week 2.
Lost to the Lions week 2.
Win over the Panthers week 3.
Win over the Panthers week 3.
Giants beat them in week 4.
Giants beat them in week 4.
Bye week 5, and then they lose week 6 to the Bengals.
Lose week 6 to the Bengals.
Win over the Cardinals week 7 because the Cardinals stink.
Win over the Cardinals.
Then they beat Deshaun Watson at home in week 8.
Beat the Browns, yep.
Lose to Lamar Jackson and the Ravens week 9.
They lose to the Ravens week 9.
So you're saying we have this identical so far?
Yes.
So how do you fall so far from grace here?
Let's keep going.
Week 10 got the Hawks over the Commanders.
Yep.
Dude, week 11 have them winning on the road against the Rams.
Yep.
Winning week 12 over the Niners.
Yep.
Week 13 lost to the Cowboys.
Yep, I have them losing to the Cowboys.
Losing week 14 to the Niners.
Losing week 14 to the Niners.
Losing week 15 to the Eagles.
Losing week 15 to the Eagles.
Winning over the Cardinals week 16. Or the Titans. My bad.
The Titans beat the Seahawks week 16.
So we literally flipped all the final 3 games because it's Steelers, Seahawks week 17. So you have Pitt.
Yep.
And then week 18, you have the Cardinals over the Seahawks, and I have the Seahawks winning.
So it's the last dude.
That is really crazy. Hey, to any Seahawks fan, you got a lot of content in this. So there you go. Some spontaneous week by week predictions there. 10-7. I honestly, initially, I had them at 11-6. So
I'm just surprised we had the first 15 weeks the exact same, and then the last 3
flipped every single game.
And I'm kind of shocked at myself. I have them losing 3 in a row to end the season, but that's why I don't have them making the play. That's the exact reason. I think they sell at the end of the year.
Okay.
Yep.
Hey, this is one of those takes. You best believe there will be plenty of clips to go around. Only one of us can be right about this, so someone's gonna be wrong. Gonna have to put some money on it. We all know who's wrong. Everyone watching this knows who's wrong.
We can vote. We could do a vote. We could do a poll in the comments. Is that a thing? Can you do a poll in the video? I'm pretty sure we can. We'll do a poll. We'll do something.
If you want to be disappointed, we can do a poll.
I'm down. Well, it's gonna be biased because I still don't care.
You
The real ones are gonna know. The real ones are gonna know what's
The
up.
real ones are gonna know when the end of season. I promise you, I'm taking a note of this, and we will talk about it in a year from now.
Perfect.
In less than a year, but we will be talking about this.
Sounds great, dude.
Okay. With that said, any other closing points you would like to bring up?
I don't believe I got anything other than America's team might shock everyone this year, and the Seahawks are gonna suck. And Lane, I'm sorry, but the Bears are also gonna be one of the worst teams in the NFL.
They're not.
Apologize.
Don't apologize, Lane.
Those are my 3 points.
No. I disagree on literally all of those points. It's the same Cowboys thing every single year. But
that's why I'm gonna be right. That's why I'm gonna be right, and you're gonna be wrong. And we're gonna come back to this. And
we'll come back to this.
Gonna laugh. Just gonna sit in your laugh.
You can go ahead. You can go ahead. I'm ready for it.
Perfect.
With that being said, thank you all for joining us for another video. It was a long one, and the AFC is gonna be longer because it
might be longer.
It is awful over there. I mean, I spent so much time putting the records together on my end for the AFC, so really curious to hear what Moses has there.
Lots more disagreements to come for sure.
Plenty more, because he loves being wrong. That's why he's my co-host. I need someone to bounce wrong ideas off of. With that being said, thank you all for taking the time to join us. Thank you for all the love, for the support, and if you stuck through this whole thing, big ol'
thank you.
Big
besito. Quick besito for you. Zay, what you got? Song of the pod. Let's end
Song of the pod.
Mm-hmm.
Hold You Up by Casey, one of my favorite songs. Love it. If you haven't heard it, you're missing out. The sample is beautiful.
You are missing out. Song could be one of your songs of the summer.
Yes, it absolutely always puts me in a great mood.
Yep. So
give me yours. Do you got one?
I don't have one this episode.
Okay.
Well, I will co-sign. I'm co-signing yours. I love that pick. We can agree on. We can end on an agreement.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Thank you all for joining us on Flagrant Talk. We'll see you on the next episode. Have a great night.
Thank you. See ya.